Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Woolly Thistle Shopcast. I'm your host Corinne with my wonderful co-host Maggie, who's back from her vacation, and it's great to have you back. You were back last week, but and just thanks to Jill, who sat in your seat and did a great job co-hosting with me, and she was with us last week too. And I'm sure you'll see her again as I go on vacation soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're the Woolly Thistle. We're an online yarn store championing wools from the UK, Europe, and all those places, all over the place, really, that is, so long as it's woolly wool, and we don't really do a lot of superwash. We have a little bit in sock yarns and things, but that's about it. We love our woolly wools, and if you enjoy knitting with something that's actually feels really good and interesting while you're knitting, and you want stuff to last that's not going to pill so much, then you've found your happy place here, because we have all of those yarns and they're wonderful, and we really love knitting with them, don't we, Maggie?
We do.
And so do you out there. So yeah, here we are, the Woolly Thistle. I don't know what episode this is, and
232.
232. Good grief. Yes. So Maggie, how was your weekend?
It was lovely. It was nice and relaxing, and there was a bit of knitting, not as much as I thought I would get done.
Yeah.
I think I just got distracted.
Yeah.
Just easily distracted.
With life.
But it was lovely.
Good.
And you?
Yeah, I had a nice weekend. My kids are home, and I actually got quite a lot of knitting done. I was surprised. I was much closer to finishing this than I'd realized. So it is done and here, which is really nice.
Yes, well,
we'll talk about that.
I can't wait to hear all about it.
And I finished my socks as well. So, but anyway, before we go into what we're knitting, or FOs and things like that, let's do a little housekeeping like we like to do. Free shipping on all US orders over $99, or just $4.95 if less than that. And check the show notes below for any links of things we talk about. We work really hard to give you everything that you need down there, so be sure to look there. And this segment includes a wonderful segment by Jennifer, who is a Woolly Thistler, and she's talking about a sweater she knit in Tukuwool. She's wearing it. It's fantastic.
Great.
Yes. And we'll have photos from Ruth's trip to Shetland. Ruth is one of our thistlers that works here, and she was recently in Shetland with her hubby. So looking forward to seeing her photos. It was her birthday while she was gone too.
That's wonderful.
Yes. So why don't we kick it off with announcing a winner? Would you like to do that, Maggie?
Sure. Our first winner of a $25 gift card to the Woolly Thistle is at Catherine Jackson 9507, and Catherine said, "All knitting is good knitting is my mantra."
Mine
Thanks
too.
to the Shopcast. When I have to rip out something, I say this, and it's all good.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Catherine. We're so glad that resonates with you.
Yeah.
Not just you.
Yeah.
Catherine, if you can email us at info@thewoollythistle, put prize winner in all caps, we will get you your $25 gift card.
Hooray and congratulations. And if you'd like to be in the running for a $25 gift card, all you need to do is leave a comment down below, subscribe to our channel, and give us a thumbs up, and you'll be in the running next time.
So the last episode, we asked people, or you asked people, to leave in the comments below things that you had learned from us, because we always hear, "Oh, I've learned so much from you guys," and we're like, "What on earth could we have possibly told
We just
people?"
blather and blather and blather.
But it was so fun reading some of the comments about how we've either inspired you or what you've learned from us. They were absolutely wonderful and fantastic.
Yes.
And some of it was that sort of fearlessness, or embracing like whatever mistakes you're making and just ripping it out and not feeling bad about it. And, kind of just getting on with it and enjoying the process. That all knitting is good knitting.
Yes, thank you.
I love that so much.
Thank you for sharing. I'm going to be honest and say that I have not got there yet, but I will, and I do read all the comments. So thank you for leaving those, and it's really good to hear that, you know, some of what we do blather on about a lot is resonating, and that you're enjoying it and learning from it and feeling brave, and just like that, all knitting is good knitting. It's totally true. Okay, so are you wearing anything?
I am not wearing anything.
It's just too
woolly.
warm.
Yeah, it's been pretty warm.
Whips or FOs?
Well, why don't we talk about your FO first?
I would love to.
I mean, we have to.
It's so cute. So this is the Flowers of Fortrose vest that is a new design. And if I was a sewer, I would call this my muslin, probably. Okay. So this is my sort of prototype. It is it's on a lady because it's absolutely form-fitting on me. It's really tight on me. So so it's on her. It fits my daughter, and she didn't actually poo-poo it too much either, which is hopeful. Because, you know, she's not overly knitworthy. But anyway, so this is the Flowers of Fortrose. It's a lovely vest in Jamieson and Smith 2-ply. It's the same little flower design as on the hat and mittens of Fortrose. And yeah, this was easy to knit. I finally got my neck done. I cut my steeks, and actually I have video of cutting the steeks. We could put that right in here if we like.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing when you have a steek for the neck and the sleeves. It's really hard to try it on, and I knew I was knitting this smaller than me anyway, so I knew it wouldn't fit if I tried to put it on. But it's really, you got to accept that you're not going to be able to try on a garment if you're using steeks for the arms and the neck. But when I cut the steek, everything took shape, and it was phenomenal. And of course, in true my fashion, I have not reinforced the steeks because I'm knitting with woolly wool that is made for that, and so I don't need to reinforce the steeks. But yeah, what else can I say about it? It's lovely. I'm casting on another one because I want to keep knitting this and play around with some things that I discovered while knitting it. Just, you know, the height of the neckline, and do I really want it? Do I want it there? Do I want it lower? I quite like it there. It didn't bother my daughter, so that's a good sign that it's in the right place. It's knitted in the round. It's bottom up because as you get higher up, you're going to put in steeks, one for each arm, and then as you get up here, you're going to have one here. So by the time you're knitting up here, you're knitting across the steek, across the front left side. Then you've got live stitches here. So you create a steek and you knit across that steek, and then you knit across the right shoulder, and then knit across the steek stitches, and then knit all the way around the back. And that's how you keep it in the round. And it's so funny because when I set this aside to cast on my socks for the sock sprint, I kind of forgot about it. I was so enthralled with my socks, which I have to show you too. And so when I picked this back up yesterday, I literally had one row left to knit up here.
Oh, that's funny.
And then I went straight into, I know, and then I cast it off and steeked everything.
Okay.
And then I just did the armbands and the neckband, which I kept very simple. I wanted them to be really narrow. There's really only 2 rows of ribbing here, and I kept it in the main color instead of doing the corrugated. I think it would be really busy up here with the corrugated as well, and it's just really just an edging to finish off the sleeve and the neck. So it's a bit of a feature to have the corrugated down here.
Yeah.
I think the colors, Maggie, that you chose for this collection just made my heart sing and sing and sing. I love knitting this, and it's so potato chippy. Just one more. It's all symmetrical, so it's very easy to remember. You get your groove, and in between each row of flowers you have just a single purple row, which is like ha-ha, and then you're straight back into doing color, which is really fun to knit. Really enjoyed it. I've sewn in all my ends, so you can see that all my ends are sewn in, and you can see a little bit of there's no catching of floats required because it's a nice small motif. Yeah, so I spent yesterday steeking, knitting on the armbands and the neckband, and then weaving in all the ends, and I even blocked it last night.
Nice.
And
it's beautiful.
It's so cute. I'm really happy with it. So changes I'm going to make for mine, obviously it's going to be a little bit wider. It's going to be, I think, 2 or even 3 longer. This hits me right at my smallest part of the waist, and I would want it to come down a little bit more on me. And maybe other people would too, but that's really easy. All you're going to do is do as many of these flowers as you want in depth, or in height or length. Length is the word. Yeah, so.
And then you said you're not sure about the neckline.
I might play around with this one side, yes, but the thing is and I'm committed to this, so if it's wrong, I'm not going to know till I steek it and actually put the band on. And if it's not right, I've already agreed with myself that if it's not right, then I get all the way back down to here so that I can do it over again. So
right.
You are committing to, when you steek something, you can't reuse that yarn. You've cut it and there's no way to fudge it. So, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to play around with that maybe a little bit. We'll see. I'll have Maya try it on again and just really look for her sort of, you know, because it's warm as well. So if she's going to feel it, she's going to feel it. But I think it's actually okay.
Do you ever factor in, like, how would you wear it?
Right.
Like,
so,
if you'd put it over a crew neck shirt, that's not too big a deal. But if you were trying to wear it over a collared shirt.
So maybe it needs to be a little bit lower. Maybe we only get half a flower here.
Right. It's hard to tell on the dummy. Like, put a collared shirt on mine.
Yeah.
And then have her try it on.
Yeah. So, yes, there's a bit of that. For me, I had a t-shirt on underneath this, and I was very happy I could get myself in it. But
I like the neckline. I'm just thinking about how you want to wear it. How you usually wear vests.
Yeah.
Or
at least like it's going really high up there. But so that's the back.
It's really beautiful.
It's so cute, isn't it?
I love the way JNS just knits up for color work.
I know.
You can see why there's a long tradition of using this for color work.
Yeah. So I think this would be a really great.
I'm sorry that we're talking facing
I know,
the dummy.
we're enamored. The first time you're seeing it finished. Yeah. But I think that vests are really good garments.
I really want to do that. Like, hang on. I just want to, like, give it a twirl because it looks so fun. I hope I don't just, like,
all the way around.
Just all the way around, nice and even. There's no disruption in the pattern. It's just really beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Lovely.
And I think that color gradient, I mean, I can't see anything with these glasses, or without it's even worse, but it looks like a nice sort of gradient going through it as well.
Yeah.
And of course you could do your own color choices as well. So anyway, this has still got a ways to go before I release it as a pattern, because I want to make sure that it's done to the best possible that it can be done to, but it's coming, and I'm going to keep working on it. So yes, I think I'll take my vest yarn on vacation and try and knit on that.
Really?
Well, I think about what I'm going to knit for the sweater cowl, which will be starting at the end of August.
Yeah.
Do you want to show us anything?
Sure. I've just been working on my second sock. So we're by the time this airs, our sock sprint will have just ended. Our sock sprint we do, it's an annual cow where we take 2 weeks and we knit socks as fast as we can.
Yeah.
For some of us, myself included, that usually equals about a pair of socks. So, so I've got my bag.
Love it.
And I showed you last week, I've been knitting these.
I just want to say, can I just say, Maggie, you love this book, don't you?
I do love that book, and I'm going to be talking about that book very shortly. But yes, so this is the sock project by Summer Lee. If you watched our last episode, Kelsey talked about this.
That's
book
what I
too.
wanted to say.
And I was delighted that Kelsey likes this book as much as I like this book.
Yeah. Because she's a knitter's knitter. Too, you know?
I was just. Because I've been really enamored with this book, and I pulled it out this weekend because in knitting, I told you briefly last week, I didn't like the heel. This pattern is fantastic, and I'm sure that if you like the heel, it's a short row heel that's written into the pattern, and so I just did it as written, and I'm gonna blame me and not the pattern, but I had just like funny holes on the side, and I didn't care enough to rip it out. So minor.
Adorable.
The sock itself is really, really cute. My daughter really likes it, but
she's kitty cats.
So I wanted to do a heel I wanted to do a short row heel so that they looked similar enough. I wasn't going to add a flap and gusset to this one.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to do the exact same pattern as written. So I went to the Sock Project book, and she's got instructions for basic heels. So I just popped in the German short row heel, which she writes about pretty funnily in the book because it's not her favorite heel. And I really like it. You can see it just did a nice job.
Yeah. It looks it looks good.
It was nice and clean, and the edge is much more, it's just much more, like you can see this one, there's like little holes
like
in it, and no matter what I did, like you could not, so, and it's only on one side, like one side is fine, and that just was driving me bananas, so I wasn't, again, not enough to rip it out, just enough to complain about it on the
Bring
Shopcast.
it to our attention.
So, so I'm almost done with the second one.
Woohoo! Lovely.
Irene wants the cats in the same color order, so they're in the same color order. And I really only have 2 more cats to go, and then I can bind off the heel. Yeah, I have little stitch stoppers, little goats. We will be restocking these very soon. So I've got the little goats on here. You can see I'm knitting the color work on the shorties. I've put them on the Chow shorties.
You really do like them, don't you?
I really do.
I need to try it.
I have the shorter tips for this, and I usually don't enjoy knitting on a 9-inch circular. I find that a bit too fiddly. This is just fine. I'm not having any issues.
What inch is that then? It's like
so 2? I think it's like a 2-inch tip, because the shorties come with 2-inch tips and 3-inch tips. So I've got the 2-inch tips, and they're great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
The other thing, somebody asked if we could talk about sock rulers.
Oh, why?
And how you use a sock ruler.
Yeah,
so there are a couple. I'm just gonna go
right into it.
There, I do have a sock ruler. I don't have this particular one. The way that it works, you kind of have to know the length of sock that you are aiming for.
So the size of the length
the size of the foot, yes. And then you would take this and basically, like, if you're knitting. You can use this whether you're knitting toe up or cuff down. You need to know the length to which you need to knit.
Right.
By measuring your recipient's foot. I will say in the sock project, she gives you tips for all this. And then you just slide the sock ruler into your, like I'm knitting cuff down. So since I already have the heel done, I could just stick the sock ruler in to the bottom of the heel, and then it would show me how long I have knit. And I could figure out how much longer I need to keep knitting. I use this all the time, especially when my son is away at school and I'm knitting him socks.
Good.
I know how long his foot is. I know how long, and this just helps me.
You could even mark on it, different people. Like, you
could. I actually have washi tape on the sand line for my sock ruler. So.
Well, I hope that helps. Somebody did ask about that. So.
Yeah, so hopefully that helps. I know that was a quick and dirty explanation, but it's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, you pop it in.
And they do have instructions on the back.
Yep.
Both for cuff down and toe up. So
yeah,
I find that very handy. So especially if you do gift knit socks, it's very useful.
I don't know if we have any sock blockers handy, but I've got a finished pair of socks. Shall I show?
Yeah, I was just peeking in case we have socks.
It's all right. We don't need them. So these are my stripey socks ×2.
Those are so pretty.
Yeah. I have not sewn in the ends. I just realized
that's okay.
Them. But yeah, so this is Rambler yarn. It's a bunch of leftovers I have from knitting other Rambler socks. I knitted a pair of these that my sister took home when she was visiting. And so I've just knit another pair. Slightly different colors because they're scrappy. But I love them.
They are really beautiful.
And they've been washed and blocked. And honest to God, I mean, I think I can knit one of these in 2 sittings. Which says a lot. Like,
it's very potato chippy.
It really is. It's like, I start at the cuff and I do 5 rows, 5 rows, 5 rows, 5 rows, and you're shoo all the way down because you can't wait to start that next color.
I feel like the cats have been surprisingly quick because I'm just like, just one more kitty. Oh, and then just one more kitty, and then you're like, oh, toe.
And I'm not sure if I did better with the jogless. I feel like I do have jogs, and I'm not sure what I can do.
I feel like the jogless still, it's not a perfect.
It's not. It's impossible, I think, to get a perfect one, but that's what I managed to do.
It's still much better. I found that to be the case when I was doing it too.
I actually wonder, side by side, which one? Because I did change how I was doing it just a tiny bit.
I must feel like this one's a little
This
cleaner.
one? Yeah.
But they're both really good. Like
yeah.
Much better than when you just don't do anything.
When you don't do anything, which is the pair my sister's got. But yeah, so.
I mean, but even that, like, who's going to look and be like, I can see the jog.
And I did actually make the jog on the foot, on the sole, on the bottom. So I changed where my beginning of round was so that I would do it on the bottom. Whereas before I'd done it down the side all the way. But there's no need to do that. I think putting it on the bottom is a good plan. Yeah. And then I just made sure that both, like, there's a left and a right. So I would wear them this way with the jog on the inside and the jog on the inside. If I wear them this way, they'll be on the outside. But nobody's looking that close. No. This is purely for my own satisfaction. And because I was counting rows in between, it matches.
Perfectly matches.
Yeah. Those colors. so
Are you someone
awesome.
who likes your socks to perfectly match, or do you
not
care?
necessarily. I mean, I'm always delighted if by happenstance it does. Right. But no, I'm not that, particular about it. But
I think it's one thing if I'm doing a pattern.
I mean, I did this to make them match for sure. I really enjoyed that.
I'm just wondering in general.
In general, not so much. But yeah, so that's all my knitting. And now I need to cast on things. Woo! I'm going to cast on another pair of socks that are stripy. I think I'll do the grey as the base again because I've got loads. And then I thought now let me think about this. I think I was going to put the cinnamon fern and the wild...
Marybelle's.
No, this one. That's Marybelle's.
Oh.
Isn't that wild clover?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought having those two, I think, in a stripe. I can't really show you. But anyway, I'm having fun with deciding what stripes I want to do, because these literally could just be on your needles all the time and you're just having fun.
Yeah.
Ooh, and you could
I like just kind of throwing scraps in my bag, and then it's...
Yes, and I have my bag here.
My bag is currently housing a ridiculous amount of sock yarn.
Yeah, look at all the sock yarn in here. Yeah. I mean, it's down at the bottom, and there's balls and balls in there. And Carolyn, I have this in here. Oh, it smells so good.
Mine's in my bigger bag. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah, my phone is in here too. This is like a little day bag. I'm taking this on vacation for sure. So let's go to Jennifer, who is a Woolly Thistler and contributor this time, and she is going to talk about her Lanark sweater by Rebecca Clow, and she knitted it in Tukuwool, and she's an absolute delight. So enjoy that, and we'll see you on the other side.
Hello, Woolly Thistlers. My name is Jennifer. I'm coming to you today from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where I live with my husband and our beagle. I learned to knit about 20 years ago, and for the last 2 or 3 years, my taste and preferences in yarn have been gravitating toward woollier wools and non-superwash, and that led me to the Woolly Thistle. I'm here today to share with you my recently finished sweater that I knit in Tukuwool DK from the Woolly Thistle. And I'm going to stand now and just show you the sweater, and then I'll talk about some details. You can barely see that's the hem there. Just so you can see the back. The pattern is by Rebecca Clow, and it's a great throw on almost outerwear garment for me. So the Lanark is an all over half fisherman's rib sweater with a doubled collar, and it's knit from the top down, starting with the collar. I knit the 62-inch bust size, which gives me 10 or more inches of positive ease depending on the foundation garments I'm wearing and what I have underneath. There is a zipper that runs from the top of the collar to about the middle of the sweater. And that zipper is really, the designer makes it very easy to install because you knit on the inside of the sweater, you knit a facing that creates kind of a pocket to insert that zipper. So it's only, I think, the second time that I've done a zipper installation in a knitted garment, and the facing and the pocket that it creates makes it very easy to do. So I used a US 5, a 3.75 millimeter needle for the body of the sweater, and I used a US 3, a 3.25 millimeter needle for the cuffs and the hem of the garment, which are a 1x1 rib. So you do transition out of the half fisherman's rib into a 1x1, and that makes the cuffs and the collar cinch in a little bit. I will get a little bit closer to the camera. I know this is dark yarn, so you can't really see a lot of the details. So, but I've knit several garments in Tukuwool. This is one, and it's one of my favorite wools to use. There's lighting, you can kind of see the half fisherman's rib texture. You can tell a little bit that the cuffs do cinch in because you do transition to that 1x1 rib. And there you can see the zipper. It's a little detail on the shoulder. It is a drop shoulder construction. So yeah, like I said, I've knit several garments in Tukuwool. It's one of my favorite yarns to use. For me, it can be worn next to skin. Your mileage may vary there. It is a woolier texture. But one issue I do have sometimes when I knit with these woolier wools is while I'm knitting, the way I tension my yarn, right? The yarn is constantly sliding through two of my fingers under tension, and that can create kind of a abrasion, or it can shred up my skin on these fingers. And the way that I combating that is by using these Finger Cots. They're just little cotton sleeves, I guess, or glove tips that go over your fingers. I find they work better than bandages because they don't stick to your yarn or catch on your needles, and they don't kind of impede your dexterity at all. So I've been using these to knit with woolly wools. I hope that tip can be helpful if that's something that happens to you as well. And yeah, that's everything I have to share with you today. Thank you to the Woolly Thistle team for letting me join the Shopcast, and have a good week.
Well, wasn't Jennifer delightful? Thank you so much, Jennifer. Really enjoyed your segment. And yeah, keep on knitting. It's great. Shall we go into what's in the shop right now?
Yeah.
And then we've got more to blather about, and we've got Ruth's segment too. So what do we have in the shop? What's the big news here?
The big news here is a big box.
12 days of cheer for the 3rd year running. Yes, so we have a big box full of lots of littler boxes. And Maggie, what is the big reveal?
So this year we have partnered with Emma from Woolly Mammoth Finger Cots. And this year's 12 Days of Cheer box will feature her natural sock yarn.
Yes. And lots of it. So
yeah.
we are going to have one full skein and
5 minis.
5 mini skeins.
All custom dyed just for this
the box. So yes, Woolly Mammoth is going to be the yarn du jour in the box. We're very excited about this. We've been working with Emma for a couple of months now on this. We have a theme for the box, which is vintage holidays, which we think is just fun. We've been working on this with Emma for a couple of months, and we continue to just keep perfecting and tweaking. So pre-orders open today. How do they pre-order? Maggie, just go to the shop.
So you go to the shop and pre-order. These are Advent style boxes, so they will ship out sometime in early November. All the details are on the page so that it's very clear when you order.
Yes.
And each box contains 12 items that you can either open in the lead up to Christmas, 12 days before Christmas, or you can do it the 12 days after Christmas. You can save it for January and
we have
save it for when you need something cheerful.
That's right. So we're calling it 12 Days of Cheer so that you can do whatever the heck you like with it. We do ask people not to spoil it up to a certain point. You know, if you're opening yours earlier, no spoilers, but everyone will be delighted. Working with Emma of Woolly Mammoth is a joy. Her product is amazing and wonderful. We know that you guys love it. And Maggie, you've been busy sourcing some other lovely little things.
Yeah,
to go
I'm really excited for this year's box. We do we try to offer you the best experience every year, but I'm really excited for this year. Exactly.
So that is opening today. You will be directed there. Down below there'll be a link, and when you get to the shop you can just place your pre-order if that is of interest to you. We hope it is. They're limited. We only have so many, so I wouldn't think about it, but once you're ready to commit, I would go ahead and do that. All right, so
I will say, because of the custom nature of these boxes, we will not be restocking them. So what we have available now, that's what we have available.
That's what we have, and that's part of the joy of this box. Is very special. Okay, so let's see, what else do we want to talk about in the shop, Maggie?
Well, since we just showed was there Jennifer?
Yes,
segment?
Jennifer.
I didn't know if we wanted to show a sample of some of the Tuku fingering that we have in the shop.
Right, so she knitted with Tuku fingering, and Jill actually put this lovely little selection of colors together, which I love. These are my colors. Pinks and greens, but there's more colors.
It's a really lovely palette. Like, you could easily just make yourself color work happy. I
want stripes on everything now. I feel like so let's share these beautiful colors with you. I love this one. This one is Pink Blush. It's color 47. It's on a solid, so I would say that's a cream base with a lovely blushy. Yes. Now this here is what the heck? H31 Ava. just so you know, there's 404 yards per 100 grams skein. And this one is dyed on a gray base. You can see the depth of the color there. Love that. That's a very popular color. This is a juicy green, and this is Lato H24. Gorgeous. Oh, makes my mouth water. H28, which is Ujo, or Uyo maybe. But this is gorgeous too. This is sort of a mauvey, pinky purple.
Tuku comes from Finland, so some of the names are in Finnish, and I do not speak Finnish.
No, not yet. O2 Humo. This is sort of a light grey. And Finn wool is gorgeous. It's quite akin, I would say, to Shetland wool. It's got the same sort of hand. But there's a difference in the sheep. The sheep is quite a bit bigger than Shetland. And the mummy sheeps are really good mums. They tend to have litters of lambs, which is unusual for sheep. And they're really good mums. So, and this is quite a natural color for a Finn sheep as well, this here. And this is, Runo. Roto is H36, and it's a lovely minty green on grey, or sage green. Yeah, it's really good. And we got plenty more.
Yeah, there are many more colors in the Tukuwool line. This is just a sampling.
I need to knit with Tukuwool again because, seeing that cardigan all done is making me think, oh, yes.
Yes, it's just a wonderful yarn. And Tukuwool is available also in a DK weight, and they also have a sock that has a little bit of
nylon.
Biodegradable polyamide.
That's right. So better than nylon even.
We do get this question quite a bit. The biodegradable polyamide will not biodegrade while you're wearing it. It has to have just the right conditions in order to start biodegrading. So there's no concern that your sock is going to biodegrade on your foot.
Away.
I think that's a valid question. I had to look it up too when we first started carrying it.
Yeah, and their sock wool is actually a sport weight, so it's a little heavier. So you got to consider that and what shoes you're going to wear or boots you're going to wear it in. But really lovely, and also great for garments too. We also still have Rauma Six Packs going, which have been a huge success this month. Thank you for that. That's part of our birthday celebration, and we're, this is August now that you're seeing this, so all July was our birthday, and thank you for helping us celebrate. We had lovely openings and got to meet so many wonderful customers, which was just great, and new customers too. So thank you if you came out. I hope you're watching and you get to see us. Hello. Come back anytime. We still haven't posted actual dates for shop opening because we're going to be doing the I-91 shop hop in August, which is a whole 2 weeks of being open from 10 to 5 most days.
You can find the exact dates and times on our website.
Yes.
If you go to contact us, there's a visit us page, and all the information is there.
But we are going to be open a lot in August, and we're wanting to see how the traffic happens during that time, and then we will announce regular hours. But I think it's safe to say, Maggie, that if you're in the area and it's during business hours, we are here, and if you want to stop in, that would be okay. But yeah, we're not advertising as being open just yet, except for the I-91 shop hop, which is coming right up. And actually, it's very exciting. It starts, we're at the northern end of it. We're the last stop up north, and it goes all the way down to Connecticut, following I-91. There's some great shops. There's Green Mountain Spinnery down there as well. Lots of good stuff. So, yay!
Yeah, so be sure to visit all the participating stores
and
make your way up here.
Yes, you get a passport and make your way up here. And so hopefully we'll see you then. Okay, so what else did we want to mention in the shop before did we want to show that?
I think we do want to show that. So we've shown it before, and you've all given it quite a warm welcome, which is Mountain Meadow's Cody yarn.
Yes.
We love having Mountain Meadow. I keep squishing this every time I come by it. It just feels really wonderful.
Very soft. It is a merino, but it's beautiful. All merinos are beautiful. But this is 100% mountain merino wool grown on Camino. Am I saying that wrong? Camino Ranch, Buffalo, Wyoming. Soft.
It's really wonderful. It's soft. It's non-superwash, so it does feel different from a superwash wool. It feels like the hand on it. It feels really, really good.
You can really see the ply on it, and I think that gives it some texture that might make it feel, less smooth than your classic superwash merino yarn. But I think it's even better. It's beautiful. Yeah, we're happy to have this, and you guys are shopping for it, so thank you. That means
so we have it in some natural shades and in a variety of colors. It is a sport weight yarn, so it would be suitable for many of your sport weight projects.
Yeah, we think it'd be a great pairing with Making Tracks from Junction Fiber. They're also a sport weight. Their new Making Tracks Light is a sport weight. That would be good. Yeah.
We do have Carolyn Holbrook has designed a shawl with this, which is on its way to us. So we will be sure to share that with you when it arrives.
Yes.
So thank you so much for the warm reception that you showed Mountain Meadow Cody here in the shop.
Yeah.
More stock is still available, and
come and get it.
Come and get it. We think you'll really like it. If you're looking for something that's soft, easy to wear next to skin.
Yeah. American made and pairs very nicely with another American made in the Making Tracks Light. We're really happy to have it here. It fits the bill perfectly.
Yes.
And they're great to work with. I'll be out on vacation soon, so Maggie, you'll be holding the fort in very capable hands. I'm sure we all agree. But next week, August 9th, there's not an episode.
Yeah, so next week, August 9th, there's not an episode, but we will be live in our group on Facebook. At noon, 12 Eastern time. So if you want to join us, we'll be showing you some of the new sweater kits that we'll be launching in the shop that day as signups for our sweater cowl open.
Right. So we'll be starting to get ready for the sweater cowl, which cast on will be the end of August, and signups will be, did you say?
Yeah, so signups will open August 9th and cast on day is August 30th. So we're giving you lots of time to plan, which is good because I need
Me too. So start perusing the kit pages in the shop to see what sweater sets and yarn sets and kits and whatnot that we've got now, to see if that, creates something that you want to knit. And there, of course, as always, you can knit from stash. I think for this cowl, this is our biggest cowl of the year. We do ask that you knit with yarn that you purchase from the Woolly Thistle to help support the shop.
Yep. That purchase can have been made at any point in time, and your sweater needs to consist of at least 80% TWT yarn.
Correct. So yes, we're starting on that. I'm very excited. I will be thinking about what to knit as well. And so what else do we have going on? So your Facebook Live is going to be showing new yarn sets?
So the Facebook Live will be showing you some of the new sweater sets that are launching.
Be sure to join in then. Yeah. What time is that at?
That is at 12 noon Eastern time.
All right, we'll put it there too. Fantastic. And
so if you're not already part of our Facebook group or our Ravelry group, we will record the live too, and then link it so that any Ravelers who are not on Facebook can also see it. But now's a good time to join the Facebook group if you haven't already. I don't know why you wouldn't have already.
I know, it's a great place.
It is a fantastic group. All of our groups are fantastic. And we'll be chatting pretty soon. It's going to transition from lots of sock talk, although I'm sure that'll keep on.
Well, we're knitting socks all year, right? So roll on Socktober.
I know.
So what else do we have?
And then also in August, we talked about the I-91 shop hop that runs from August 6th to August 17th.
Right.
And as when you're watching this today, my socks aren't done, but the sock sprint will be over by Friday.
Yeah.
And we will have announced the prize winner in our email and.
Right. We haven't picked the winner yet because it's not finished yet, so we can't tell you here.
If you've signed up for the sock sprint, you'll get an email announcing who the winner is. Congratulations to the winner.
In advance, yes. Knit.
And we also have a new hashtag, a Take Your Knitting hashtag, so that as you are going out into the wild and taking your knitting with you, snap a photo and be sure to use the hashtag so that we can see it. You can also tag us at the Woolly Thistle, and that makes sure that we see your posts on Instagram.
Yes. Wonderful. Okay. Should we announce another winner and then go to Ruth?
We should. I have one more thing I want to say, which is that Lina issue 22 is available now for pre-order. Since it is a pre-order, I don't have a copy to show you, but we can put a photo on the screen of the cover. And you can order your copy of issue 22 today. This looks to be a good one. While you're at it, you're going to want to order your issue of Knitted Kalabala 2 if you haven't already ordered that. That book looks fantastic.
On pre-order as well. Yes, looks really good. Okay, why don't you announce our second winner, and then we'll go to Ruth, and we'll go from there.
All right. Our second winner today of a $25 gift card is at Liliana Rose 8275, and Liliana says, I love the story behind that sweater that Corinne started and Maggie finished. The FO looks great too.
Thank you.
It was fun. It was an unplanned traveling knitting sweater.
Yeah.
At Liliana, if you can email us at info@thewoollythistle, put prize winner in all caps, we will get you your $25 gift card.
Right. And if you would like to be in the running for a prize picked at random, all you need to do is leave us a comment below, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe to the Woolly Thistle YouTube channel. So recently, Ruth, who you've seen on the Shopcast here, she is a crocheter and knitter. She was a lucky duck, and she was over there in Shetland, and I think she has some photos for us. So we're going to let her take us out, and we'll see you soon. But I think all that's left to say, Maggie, is if you go out,
take your knitting.
Bye.